For Lennox Willock, a pin from Aaron Azaroff at 184, and now at 197, Jack Wehmeyer, the sophomore for Columbia out of Malvern, Pennsylvania, going up against Logan Deacetis, the junior out of Fairbury, Illinois. Bucknell came into this ranked number 17 on the NCAA Wrestling Mid-Major Coaches Poll, and 5 wrestlers that appeared on the NCAA Coaches Poll. That is almost an indicator of the NCAA qualifiers. Right now, though, it's been all Columbia, and Wehmeyer and Deacetis getting us started at 197. Pushed out of bounds, they'll reset, opening 30 seconds.
Jack taking a second to kind of wipe his eyes, maybe a finger in the eye.
Yeah, it looks like Deacetis gets back in, locks in. Deacetis 17-8 win record on the season, had a victory last night in Annapolis, 11-2 major decision over Daniel Williams for Bucknell. Was only one of the 2 freshmen to represent Bucknell in 2022 at the EIWA championships, and looking to get back to that stage and maybe an NCAA tournament in March, as Wehmeyer on that right leg, trying to flip him around, gets him on the mat.
Beautiful high crotch.
Textbook right there, takedown, 3-0. Jack Wehmeyer.
That is Jack's bread and butter when it comes to shots. He loves his underhook to his high crotch, and that's how he likes to wrestle.
And Wehmeyer and Deacetis will reset. Deacetis on the bottom, Wehmeyer on top. 13 wins on the season, already eclipsed his season total of 12 last season, as looking for his second EIWA win in duels. Breaks free, and it's a 1-point escape for Deacetis. Cuts the deficit to 2 with minute 50 to go in the first.
Now we'll see if Deacetis can pick up the pace, find his angles here. Jack back in on a leg. This time it's his left, like a snatch single. And he's running the side. Now they're in a seatbelt position, and they're back up to their feet.
Yeah, they get pushed out of bounds with a minute 30 to go, and stalling also was called against Columbia. Jack Wehmeyer, to the applause of the Bison bench to our right. Jack on the left and Deacetis on the right. Wehmeyer patient, Deacetis looking to go up tempo a little bit, but Wehmeyer is ready for him. Locked up, minute 18 to go. Wehmeyer leads by 2. Running time, though, in his favor at 15 seconds. Trying to get back to that, maybe get some more points, as Wehmeyer tiptoeing back to the center of the mat. Deacetis thinks about a couple fakes. Wehmeyer doesn't bite.
We'll see how that caution plays into effect as to how Jack wrestles the rest of this match. That caution was for fleeing the outside of the mat, or at least not staying in the circle. And so that just means that he has to be a little bit more cautious as to where he runs his feet, where he runs his shots, and how much pressure he's really giving his opponent instead of how much he's pulling him in.
Deacetis locked up with Wehmeyer. Deacetis trying to use that momentum against him, but Wehmeyer really not letting him have it, and then betting off his attack so far. Now Wehmeyer looks up, thinks about going low, and resets. Deacetis is there.
Jack with a hard club to the head, and they're back in 2 collar tie positions. Not very conducive to wrestling for either of these guys. So it just seems like they're both trying to find their angles here, trying to see what they can get in terms of ties.
Yeah, it's been a very defensive battle so far, the last couple minutes and last couple seconds, and that's going to conclude the first period. 3-1 advantage for Wehmeyer at 197.
And Wehmeyer defers, and Deacetis choose bottom. With those 15 seconds, we'll see if Jack can maybe widen his gap in terms of his riding time, and we'll see if Deacetis can get up and out as he did previously on that other takedown.
This is going to be an interesting point to see how Deacetis handles being on the bottom. Wehmeyer, of course, really solid top wrestler as well.
Yeah, Wehmeyer has a really hard pry right now, but Deacetis, Granby rolls out.
1-point escape, 3-2 advantage for Wehmeyer. We'll reset in neutral. Wehmeyer, see if he can get back on the takedown. Another one. Deacetis, locked up. Wehmeyer inching forward, but Deacetis is there. Deacetis now siding on that right arm, the hook, but does Logan Deacetis still there?
And
Wehmeyer.
Jack backside has his legs, is trying to get behind. looks for that cheap single on the backside of it.
Deacetis able to escape, get away from that and break free. Deacetis. Jack Wehmeyer, there he is on that left leg.
Beautiful
trying to pick it
throw
up.
by on that arm, but can't finish. Deacetis doing a good job of circling outside of that shot and outside of that motion.
Yeah, Deacetis defensively trying to turn his defense,
Now
transitioning.
he's in on a shot. Head inside single.
He is right on that left leg. His arms wrapped around the hamstrings of Wehmeyer.
Jack has a good grip on that leg, keeping the pressure on Deacetis' shoulder, and we'll see if Deacetis can hold on. And they blow it potentially dangerous.
Potentially dangerous, but right from the take, it really is evening up. I mean, the score says 3-2, but it really feels like it's tied. They're really trying to use each other's momentum. And Deacetis right now, defensively, trying to create some offense off that. Let's see how Wehmeyer responds.
It's looking better for Deacetis. He shot in well on that shot, so maybe he's finding his rhythm even more. But Jack also doing a good job of shooting in on deep shots. Both wrestlers getting in deep, but neither can finish.
Now Wehmeyer was almost in for a second on that left leg, and Deacetis again
pulls him up, and they're back in that seatbelt position, which tends to drive both of these guys out of bounds.
Yeah, it does, and that was the second time they've been out of bounds on that position too, with 13 seconds to go in the second period, and running time a non-factor, under 30 seconds for Columbia.
We'll see who can make the adjustment here to finish. They're calling red for stalling, and Jack gets the three-point takedown.
Yeah, he's in on that right leg shot, extends his lead to 6-2, end of the second period, and a good momentum swing for the Lions as Wehmeyer heading into the third with a 4-point lead and running time at 28 seconds in his favor.
Jack Hughes is neutral since he deferred last round.
Columbia leads overall 9-0 in the duel, wins at 174 and a pin at 184.
Jack back in on a leg.
Wehmeyer again choosing for those legs. It seems when he's doing those shots that Columbia, he's really successful and able to scramble there and also fends off attacks from Deacetis. But Deacetis right now still trying to flip him a little bit, almost sideways, upside down on his, over his left arm.
Yeah, he's looking for almost like it's a cradle position. So he's trying to bring Jack's knee to his head and hopefully clamp between his legs in order to roll him over and get into either near fall points or even a pin. It's a risky position to be in since Jack still has the ability to pop his shoulder or his head out and still finish for that three-point takedown.
And they'll reset in neutral. Minute 20 to go in the final period. Jack Wehmeyer still locked up top with Deacetis. Deacetis bending forward, but scrambles away, and Wehmeyer almost pushes him out of the picture, and now they'll lock up again. Deacetis really will have to go a little bit up tempo now as we close in on a minute left in the final, but Deacetis.
Another shot attempt here. Jack does a good job of pulling him up, but as we can see, Deacetis is going to start coming hard. He's got about four points to make up in about 50 seconds.
Yeah, and he would need a really, really solid takedown to circulate the momentum in his way, but right now it's been all Wehmeyer.
He would need a takedown and possibly some back points or 2 takedowns and about 40 seconds to go in the third.
There he is, Wehmeyer.
Great defense by Wehmeyer.
Yeah, not going down yet, still with his knees on, stabilized.
And Jack on his own shot, got to be careful here.
Yeah, Deacetis thinking for those legs, pushed out of bounds with 26 seconds left. Wehmeyer leads by 4. They'll reset in neutral. Deacetis, see if he can get any last second attempts here for the final 20 seconds. Deacetis comes around, and we get a caution against.
A caution in 1.
That's right, against Wehmeyer, so it's going to go Deacetis 6-3.
And now Deacetis, all he needs is a takedown. Takedown wins it.
With 8 seconds left, he's going to have to be quick.
Jack needs to keep his defense up, knee over toe, keeping hard takedown defense.
Deacetis diving for that right
5
leg.
seconds to go.
But Wehmeyer not going down, and that is going to be it. Wehmeyer able to muscle out a victory, a 6-3 win at 197 pounds. 3-0 split for the Lions over Bucknell. And we go to our heavyweight matchup.